So let's watch. So we're gonna get back to Daunte Wright's protests. Obviously, there's a second night of Brooklyn Center protests that are occurring. Cops have been out in full force, you know, looking like extra gummy, extra thummy cops. Let's take a look at what's happening.
Daunte Wright!
Say his name!
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 Because the people are getting tired of this type of thing, you know? The community's getting tired of you just killing somebody and going home to eat lunch. That's not gonna work no more. They have to stop that.
A young black man just starting his life that you would never understand. You would never understand. Just starting his life with a 2-year-old is getting murdered for what? He should be here today.
A horrible thing, man. And it's just even after just barely a year after George Floyd gets killed, you know, and that's not cool. Now it's a 20-year-old young man dead. You know, he had 30, 40 more years to live. He got cut down short. You know, that's not cool.
Justice! No peace! No justice! No peace!
Well, the Minnesota community and probably the entire country has been just traumatized with the Chauvin trial. Fundamentally, nothing has changed in the state of Minnesota and perhaps across this country around police accountability, and that we were on a ticking time bomb where there was going to be another killing. And unfortunately, it happened in Brooklyn Center. So as a community leaders today, we asked for determination of the police officer and charges to be brought up against her, to also the police chief who's last night with this.
Dude, I swear to God, dude, cop phrenology is real. I'm sorry, boys. I know we don't do skull science here and we joke, but like, dude, these motherfuckers literally all look the same and they all look like thumbs. It's like different, like varying degrees of thumb. It's wild, dude.
At Hasanabi,
I mean, seriously, like, look at this, dude. Look at this.
To be brought up against her, to also the police chief who's last night.
Why is it just like cops look exactly the same? I don't understand. Like,
with the city manager, decided to engage peaceful protesters right out here, and created a very dangerous situation, especially for the
like that one, that skinny one. He was a hot dog, and they fucking sucked the juices out of him.
Neighborhood here, apartment buildings, by shooting at them bombs and fire bombs, among other things, including tear gas and other chemicals. So adding insult to injury from what took place last night, taking a life of a 20-year-old, clearly who was not a threat to anyone.
This ain't fear, this power. This ain't race, this power. These people not laying down. And I'm not saying that because a fight is what we want, because that's not what we want. But they're leaving us no choice. We are tired. We tired of not being heard. We tired of being walked over, and then we get penalized for complaining, for speaking out.
City officials ordered a curfew at 7 p.m. for the second night, but hundreds of protesters gathered before law enforcement tried to disperse crowds using tear gas and flashbangs.
We're not taking it no more. We're gonna be out here all night. They set a curfew at 7 o'clock because they knew we was coming back at 7 o'clock. If it's a fight that they want, then that's what they gonna get. I'm tired of it. We tired of it. It's gonna be over 1,000 people here tonight to say the same exact thing that I'm saying. We tired.
So, for those of you who are unfamiliar with what happened, Daunte Wright, fucked it up again. Daunte Wright, 20 years old, girlfriend in the car, is driving. He has like expired tags, and he also has those little smelly boys in the car. What are they fucking called again? Air fresheners, right? His air fresheners in the car. He gets pulled over. Cops fucking pull him over. He resists arrest allegedly. Okay, you can watch the video. There's like a 14-second body camera footage of it where a 26-year-old veteran of the police force, okay, a 26-year-old veteran of the police force, fucking thinking that she has a taser in her hand, even though a taser is incredibly fucking a taser is weighs significantly less than an actual fucking fully loaded Glock. 26-year vet, like not 26-year-old, sorry, 26-year vet of the force. I fucked it up. 26 years of service. Okay. I'm fucking up my words. Blame it on the vaccine.
For leftists to have a voice and speak louder than
shoots Daunte. Daunte drives off after being shot. and crashes into someone, is pronounced dead on the spot. Okay, 26 years on the fucking force, and this person mistook their taser for a gun. Now, tasers are literally on the other side for this specific reason. They look different. Oftentimes, they're yellow to imply that it's less than lethal. Okay, and they weigh drastically different. That's the police chief's statement on the matter itself. Okay, from what I understand, she was also the union chief as well. She was her name is Kimberly A. Potter. We're going to talk about the details in a second. But they pulled this guy over for having fucking for literally having fucking air fresheners in his car. Because if you have air fresheners, that's obstruction of view, which is illegal, but it's like bullshit reason to stop someone. Okay. And also that implies, especially if you're black, it implies that you were probably smoking weed in the car, and you were hiding the scent. They're just fucking profiling. Okay, they're just giving a reason for cops to like pull someone over, a dumbass bullshit reason. Okay, so they pull him over. There are different ways to do, like tinted windows, another reason, expired tags, another reason.
Black Lives Matter.
It's a complete bullshit. And they find out that he has an arrest warrant, right? After they pull him over, they find out that he has an arrest warrant. Right now, no official account of what the arrest warrants are for exists. If I'm not mistaken, I haven't found it, but like the unofficial statement is that the arrest warrants were because of an expired. The arrest warrant was for I think a weed charge. Like the only thing he had was a weed charge on him. It was like $131 fine that like literally he had one joint and he had an unpaid fine as a consequence of that. And this shit happens all the time. Like you could have a misdemeanor and not realize that you have to go to court for that misdemeanor. And you will literally have a fucking warrant out. It's incredible to just assume that this person is like a massive criminal and like fucking shoot them down. Even if they were a massive criminal, you shouldn't shoot them down. Okay? So, it's very unfortunate that this is happening. Fox News reporter was hit with tear gas during the crowd dispersal in Minnesota, but that probably didn't fucking change his point of view.
Disperse the crowd. Mike, what's going on? Well, more tear gas has come out, and what we're seeing that preceded the tear gas is these fences that were installed today.
No, I never got a DUI. I was arrested for a DUI.
Some of the crowd
I was never convicted.
And they were shaking that, and at risk, I guess, of doing some damage to the fence itself. The white smoke, I'm going to think that's tear gas, because the tear gas has been employed a couple of times already. What we don't see over here in the northwest side of the police headquarters is that the police are advancing. Now, with the big cloud of gas coming, we see this every time. The crowd of protesters will scatter for a while. I'm probably going to start coughing here in a second because the gas is coming my way. But the protesters scatter for a bit, and then they'll reform. The wind is blowing.
Rich white boy privilege? I mean, the rich white boy privilege in that situation is that I wasn't fucking murdered, right? That's definitely a privilege, but it's not that I wasn't like exonerated or anything. It was because I literally was under the legal limit. And the only thing they had on me was that the dumbass I went to pick up from the bar with literally Fish as a puppy in the back seat of my car was like, oh yeah, he was drinking. Like, and that's why it didn't move. That's why it didn't move further. Yeah, fuck that guy. I don't know what the fuck. I think he's like addicted to heroin or some shit now, actually.
In this direction. So as the gas comes this way, there's a group that is just behind.
He didn't lie for you? Motherfucker, it wasn't even a lie. Like, the last drink I had was at 9 p.m. I've talked about this before. Look, I mean, it was good that it happened. Honestly, it was good that it happened because I stopped drinking altogether after that. So, I went sober for like 2 years almost.
And they're not moving. And yeah, that's tear gas, all right. If we turn around, you can see
Mike,
on the.
I'm looking at you. Is that tear gas impacting? Is that tear gas impacting you? Are you having a hard time seeing?
Yeah, I'm having a hard time seeing and breathing right now. But you can see now those officers we were showing you before that came outside of the fence, they are still out there on the street. What is not there with them anymore are all the demonstrators who were going through this game that we see, the back and forth, the antagonizing, the shouting, the throwing of objects. They're out on the street.
Yeah, there's a little chud-on-chud violence there, brother. Man confronts CNN reporter live on TV during the Daunte Wright protest. Reporters emboldening criminals by refusing to acknowledge. Oh, Fox News is saying reporters are emboldening the criminals by by refusing to acknowledge the riots. I'll watch the CNN video. This video contains disturbing images and language. What the fuck? What is disturbing image?
You may notice that my eyes are very watery. That is because they have just shot a huge amount of gas, and it's CS gas. It's really the strongest I have ever had stood in before during a protest, and we were all consumed by it. So was every.
Boys, I got the Moderna vax, so tear gas does not affect me anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's fine. Like, we're gonna be Gucci, boys.
Everyone standing near the precinct. Let me give you a look at the precinct. Sykes going to come with me and show you. You can see people walking because anything that you see how hazy it is? That is all tear gas, and it is extremely strong. If you look just now, I'm going to try to sort of stand in the street a little bit. You look there. Now you can see. Now you can see.
Y'all be twisting up the stories.
You want to talk to me? Do you want to talk to me? Okay, cool. No, don't take my mic, but we're cool. Okay. What's your name?
What's my name? My name is my name.
Holy shit, he's got the fucking Lang Buddha rust drip, dude.
All right, so tell me what you think about what's going on here.
About this?
It's literally Lang's fucking mask in rust. Like, that was his personal drop.
This is all the press and all the extra shit y'all do makes this worse.
You think so?
Yes. When people want to protest, they shouldn't do it in front of a fucking police courthouse. Shit like that. You get what the fuck I'm saying?
I want you to be careful. I really do.
What?
Of anything that can hit you. Of anything that can hit you. Look at all the stuff. Of this.
Of what?
Of this.
Do it look like I'm scared?
No, you don't.
Do it look like I'm scared?
You don't.
Exactly. Y'all need to get up out of here with all that twisting up the media ass shit.
Okay.
Real shit.
You don't know me, but we're going to get to know each other. That's what we're going to do.
Each other,
yes, we are. We are.
How you gonna know me?
We're gonna talk. I'm gonna share a number with you. All right, let's do it.
No, let's do it right here.
Let's do it. All right, here's my phone. Let's go ahead and share me.
Talk about something that's real.
Tell me what's real.
Y'all just gonna edit out the shit that y'all
We're
don't
live.
want, and then y'all gonna edit out some other shit.
We're live right now.
You're not fucking live.
I'm live right now.
I don't care if you live or not.
Okay, but
get away from here with all that media shit that y'all doing.
Right now.
Look.
We're with CNN.
Okay, I'm so confused. Like, he's easy clap, boys. He got the digits and shit. Like, I don't know what's happening though.
Then take that camera all the way the fuck up there. Then
we are going up there.
Take it all the way the fuck up there. Y'all doing all the extra shit for the backhand shit to make people look all crazier than what the fuck they are.
All right, then you watch us because that's where we're going. All right, so everybody's got a hot head right now, as you might imagine, because it is really, really hot right now. The crowd was there. You can see the police all out. We are getting a huge amount of CS gas. You are hearing some of those flashbangs, but you are also seeing people throw fireworks towards the police department. And so you're getting a lot of back and forth. When you hear those pops, a lot of times that's fireworks. That's a firework, but you see it there. But then you will also hear these very loud booms. That is usually a flashbang, and then you'll start seeing gas come flying over the fence there. People have been trying to break through that fence. The police have been reacting by trying to do less than lethal rounds at the crowd. But, you know, we're in a neighborhood. By the way, like, look to my right here. These are apartment complexes all the way around. This is one big apartment complex. And so you've got folks that are living here. You can see people in the windows looking out. But it is a really, really rough scene right now. And this is all we have to remember.
It's kind of wild that, like, leftist protest, right-wing protest, doesn't fucking matter. That, like, most people are united on the point of view that, like, the media is no longer their friend and the media is not there to showcase the truth about any particular matter, and instead there to capitalize on it, instead there to profit by I don't know, creating the most exaggerated circumstances as they possibly can. Not very healthy, I think, to get there as a society, but that's where we're at right now. It is true. The media's point of view is definitely guided by their profit motive. Yeah, I know. We're going to talk about the cop and the police chief involved in the Daunte Wright incident have resigned.
Because of a police-involved shooting where a female officer shot and killed Daunte Wright. He was in the car. Folks are running because the CS gas is strong, but he was in the car. He was trying to get out of handcuffs as they were trying to arrest him. He got in the car. The officer yelled, "Taser, taser," and ended up using her firearm instead, and you hear her curse and then say, "I just shot him." The police chief came out right away and said, "Here is the video of what happened," because there were a lot of rumors going on, and he showed that to the crowd. That didn't necessarily calm things down because people are so incensed that another young black man has been killed by a police officer.
Sarah, let's do this. It wasn't delivered the best way, but that advice wasn't bad. You guys should move into a different location. I've never seen anybody handle these situations as well as Sarah Seidner does, by the way. She keeps her head and has a humanity in a way that you just don't see in those situations. Sarah, give me a button on it, and then I'm going to move to Shimon. Go ahead.
Okay. The button is, I'm not moving out of here. I'm a reporter. I have been in Minneapolis for years covering stories, and I feel like this is also my community, so I'm not going anywhere.
I'm hearing you. I'm saying move up into the situation. Find yourself a new vantage point. I'll come right back to you. There's nobody I trust more to do.
One additional situation here, one additional, like, unintentional or maybe intentional consequence of this has been that a lot of the neighborhoods that they're installing curfews in are predominantly black Muslim neighborhoods too. And it's literally the fucking first day of Ramadan, first night of Ramadan. This is a big time for a community gathering, or at least like families to get together and you know, break their fast together. So they're literally fucking locking down and putting curfews, implementing curfews straight up at the time where you would have iftar, like where you would have your you know, where you're breaking your fast. Yeah, it's a huge fucking Muslim community there too.
Do it than you. Be safe.
Why aren't you? Because I'm not fucking, like, I'm not a religious person, dude. What the fuck?
Do the job. I'm going to check in with Shimon Prokupez as Sarah Seidner finds her way back up into the mix to tell us what's going on. Shimon, what are you seeing where you are?
So, Chris, what's been happening is back here through this street here, people have been firing fireworks, at the officers here. And then I actually saw officers from behind the fence launching what looked like flashbangs.
We didn't even lock down on Christmas? No, there's a difference as well, by the way. I personally still think that there is an important prayer that you have to do as a community in Ramadan, right? I don't think that should exist. I don't think that Muslim countries should allow that to happen. I think that, like, that shit should be locked down still. Okay, they're opening up the Kaaba right now. They're opening up like the holy pilgrimage in Saudi Arabia, and well, they're being super careful. Like, you have to have a fucking vaccine passport to be able to do it. But Muslim countries have been pretty fucking careful so far, in order not to fuck around. And even in the original, in the peak of COVID, at the apex of fucking COVID, they were super careful, and they did not, you know, it was not allowed. Like, fucking mosques were closed, no Friday prayers, no nothing, right? And that was good. I think that should continue still in specific areas where there still needs to be strict restrictions. I'm serious. Like, I think that that's the smart thing to do.
That was over here. So what happened now is basically, Chris, a back and forth between the crowd here that has fireworks, firing it at the police, and then the police responding with flashbangs and tear gas.
Okay.
And certainly the level of tear gas, it's strong. But yeah, and so you could see more of this just keeps continuing here with the flashbangs and the tear gas, Chris.
All right, Shimon, get yourself to a safe vantage point. I'm going to take a break right now so that the people on the ground can get a chance to reposition. Remember, it's a balance, right? We want to show you what's going on, but I got to keep my people.
It's just like, it's fucked up if you're literally visiting your other family members, okay, within your like bubble to go break the fast with them. You know what I mean? To celebrate Ramadan with them. And you get pulled over and you get fucking arrested for violating curfew. But Ilhan Omar apparently was able to get a carve out specifically for Muslims that are traveling. But if motherfuckers are like, yeah, I want to go to the mosque and like pray together, then no, bitch, like stay the fuck at home, okay? Straight up. I'm sorry, okay? I've said this to Christians a million times over. It's like Allah can still fucking get 5G, okay? Allah operates on 5G. He can hear you from your home. Feel me? You got 5G everywhere, bro. Yeah, Allah operates on 10G. I've seen this thing. I've heard about this. Like, apparently the BLM co-founder spent millions on fancy homes.
Candace, she joins us.
This is like the new Fox News talking point they found. I don't know who the fuck the BLM co-founder is. Okay? I don't know what the fuck's going on. Let's take a look at what's happening
Candace,
here.
Thanks so much for coming on. I mean, maybe I'm being too soft, but anybody who can talk, you know, America's woke corporate structure into sending close to $100 million on the basis of that lame rap kind of gets my respect in a way.
She has my respect because she's unapologetic in her approach. She's telling you what she is. She's a Marxist. So Marxists steal money from other people and they enrich.
Who is this person? Like, who is this person? I legitimately don't know. Like, every social justice cause gets co-opted by corporatists and capitalists who then fucking turn it into a commodity. But like, I don't know who the fuck this person is. One of the co-founders is a professor in a conservative ass town I went to college in. Like, there's like the head of like the fucking New York BLM or some shit who was like, I love cops. You know what I mean? There's like so many fucking random people that are like, I'm associated with BLM and I'm black. And it tracks for fucking racist Andes. You know what I mean? Because they're like, well, he's black. She's black. Good enough for me, brother. It's like the same kind of, it's like the same take as like, it's like the same take as, what do you call it? Just like being the CEO of racism. You know what I mean? It's a fucking movement, dog. There is no like corporate ties, okay?
Themselves until the people that they stole from are poor. And so she has stolen money from other people on the pretext of a lie that is Black Lives Matter. And she's enriched herself and she's brought 4 homes. I mean, you have to kind of appreciate the honesty. She's not hiding by any means, you know? And so, yeah, I tend to agree with you here. She's a communist through and through, and she's been unbelievably unapologetic.
It doesn't matter. That's a whataboutism. The BLM founders are pieces of shit. I love this take, okay? Because, like, you're literally saying, address the whataboutism that Tucker Carlson is engaging in. And then me saying correctly that is whataboutism is now a whataboutism. I've already said that. People try to make money off of social justice movements. That's fucking bullshit, okay? It is an ethical gray area, okay? I don't know what her, like, actual background is. I don't know what the fuck she's actually done for the movement. I don't know what her actual purchases are. Motherfuckers love pocket watching, though, whenever it comes to members of the left or members who are involved in, like, progressive movements. But having said that, I've also admitted that a lot of these social justice causes straight up get commoditized. Okay? They get neutered, they get commoditized, and it becomes like a punchline for Walmart to associate themselves with. And at that point, it's like completely fucking neutered. Okay? Commodified. Whatever. Commoditized, commodified. Shut up.
In her approach.
Al Sharpton must be looking at this and saying, like, I've done this for 40 years. Where did I go wrong? I don't have a house in Topanga Canyon.
Right, exactly right. It's completely ridiculous. And, you know, you're right. The corporations are standing behind her, which is incredibly interesting. And you pointed to something really important.
Yeah, Al Sharpton is famously not wealthy. You know what I mean? Like, motherfucker, what do you mean? He's rich as fuck, too. Still malding about Sharpton? Yeah, that's like peak old white guy grievances, like hating on Al Sharpton, okay? hating on Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson. Those guys are race hustlers, I say, brother. Why can't you be a race hustler for inbred whites like Tucker Carlson? He's doing a good job. He deserves $10 million.
You know, these corporations that are pouring millions and millions of dollars into Black Lives Matter, and you're correct, they said we raised more than $90 million. How much more, we will never know, but $90 million, of which $21 million apparently went to, according to Black Lives Matter themselves, it went to building the black movement. Like, I don't even know what that means. $25 million going to building a black movement. Apparently, the black movement was Patrice moving herself, a black woman moving herself into other areas of the communities of people that she claims are oppressing black Americans. She's fearful of white people. White people are so bad. Well, why doesn't she want to live amongst black people? Why is she choosing to move herself into an all-white neighborhood? These are important questions.
Yeah, I think they are. It's Topanga Canyon, not Riverside County. Really quickly, the looting that we're seeing in Minneapolis was just reflexive. This police shooting does sound like it raises questions about the competence of the police officer and what's going on with the Minneapolis Police Department. Maybe they've lowered the standards. Maybe there aren't enough cops. Who knows? We should find out, I think. But looting...
I love that, dude. What a wonderful standard to set. What a wonderful example from a black person, by the way. I don't understand. Why the fuck do these black folk want to, desegregate society if these whites are so racist? Like, oh, sick, dude. Yeah. Why do black people want to move into white neighborhoods if whites are so bad? I don't get it, brother. That's great. That's fucking great, dude. What an incredible take, dude. Yeah. The fact is, what she's saying is that a woman has spoken out against neighborhoods like that. Yeah, I understand. Speaking out and criticizing incredibly white neighborhoods. I'm not even defending this person, okay? They could literally be a gigantic grifter. But the argument itself is so fucking stupid. It's like, oh, you claim to criticize all white neighborhoods, yet you choose to live in one. It's like, yeah, they're not criticizing the existence of all white neighborhoods as a standalone project. Like, if black people moved into all white neighborhoods that are incredibly wealthy neighborhoods in general, they would diversify the demographic of those neighborhoods. And it would no longer be an incredibly racist all white neighborhood that's like super fucking wealthy. That's how it would work, right? It's so weird. Like, you got, even if we are to assume that this person is a grifter, as much as like these other grifters are making her out to be, which she very well could be. It seems like it. Okay, like I said, ethical gray area. I'm not perfectly comfortable with that. It's rather strange, or rather ironic. Rather ironic that it's Candace Owens, who is literally like the worst kind of grifter, criticizing this other grifter. It takes one to know one, I guess.
In immediate response to that, why would we put up with that?
We shouldn't put up with that, but the reason why we do is because the Democrats see some advantage in this, right? So right now you have a bunch of criminals that love Black Lives Matter as an organization. They love when a black person dies, and we don't know what the reasons are. We don't know what happened, but it signals to them that they are now allowed to run into the streets and grab whatever they want, whether it's from Target, whether it's from Walmart. And what's remarkable also is that these corporations are standing behind Black Lives Matter, right? They're pouring money into these corporations. And I remember most notably during the George Floyd riots, Target even came out and said, we don't even care that we were rioted and looted because we just stand with Black Lives Matter. That's not a normal thing for a corporation to do when it's losing money. So that means that a corporation must be getting something else, right? What is it? What are they investing in when they invest in the lie that is Black Lives Matter? What is the return? Yeah. I think Josh Hawley alluded to it in the previous segment, and I think you're onto something when you say that the corporations seek to control this country. They're willing to give up money. They're willing to let their stores be rioted and looted because they see something bigger that they're gaining from these riots and these lootings and these lies. And that is control over this country. It's power, and it's sinister, and it's sick.
And if some Pakistani liquor store owner is destroyed in the process, like, you think Jeff Bezos cares? No. Candace Owens, so nicely put, as always. It's great to see you. Thank you.
Sorry, I missed that last part. Should I watch that again? Because I was peeing.
It was
a lot happened there. I had to pee, and I had to get
Candace Owens is the host
right? What is it? What are they investing in when they invest in the lie that is Black Lives Matter? What is the return? I think Josh Hawley alluded to it in the previous segment, and I think you're onto something when you say that the corporations seek to control this country. They're willing to give up money. They're willing to let their stores be rioted and looted because they see something bigger that they're gaining from these riots and these lootings and these lies, and that is control over this country. It's power, and it's sinister, and it's sick.
The lie that is Black Lives Matter. You think she legit hates being black herself? What the fuck do you think, dude? I mean, I think she likes being wealthy. That's one. So she'll do whatever she can. And her wealth is directly tied to how much she fucking hates on black people. Keep watching.
And if some Pakistani liquor store owner is destroyed in the process, like, you think Jeff Bezos cares? No.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos loves Black Lives Matter and fucking and doesn't care that, you know, BLM directly contributes to Pakistani liquor store owners getting their shit dropped. Which Tucker Carlson, who has literally called, like, you know, Muslims, Iraqis, primitive apes that deserve to be fucking firebombed into oblivion. That guy actually does care about the fucking Pakistani liquor store owner. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Also, why would a Pakistani dude own a liquor store? I don't know, but, you know, that's besides the point. Okay, we're done. I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. She said that these people love when black people die because that means they can loot. Yeah, it's disgusting. She is a horrible, filthy person. I don't know what else to say. Like, she literally puts on fucking clown makeup every goddamn morning and gets a paycheck for portraying black people as like you know, is the way that they were portrayed in like minstrel shows. Okay, that's literally what she fucking does for a living. I don't know how else to describe it. I don't know how to be like kind about it. I don't know how to like be careful about it. That's the most I will say as far as Candace Owens goes. Like, her entire existence on this planet is to literally straight the fuck up, make black people, or as a black person, make white racists feel comfortable about their fucking white supremacist points of view by saying, yes, black people are exactly the way you think they are. They're exactly like those fucking stereotypes that you have been socially conditioned into believing. Okay? It's just straight up Uncle Ruckus shit. There's no other way to describe it. Like, yeah, she used to be a fucking Obabe supporter too. Like, big time Obabe. Big time Obama supporter. Fucking hated like Donald Trump originally. It's bullshit. Oh, brother, I tried connecting my Amazon Prime. It doesn't work in my region. What? Oh. What's your take on the BLM founder's mansion? I don't give a fuck. This person is not like remotely connected to the actual Black Lives Matter cause if they already have an LLC, okay? Like, Black Lives Matter as a movement is entirely decentralized. There's no fucking singular leader, and there's no fucking real LLC. The BLM LLC is literally just for wealthy white liberals to not know what the fuck they're doing and invest in a cause and feel better about themselves. It is literally built on that purpose. That is the reason. It's so that some people that work for this nonprofit can go out and do, you know, speaking gigs and shit like that and make white people feel comfortable, white liberals specifically, feel comfortable about, you know, doing their part in combating racism, okay? Like, it makes no sense. But even with all of that, like, what I do not understand is, what I never will understand is like, I don't understand. Black person owns a mansion? Kind of weird, sweaty. It's like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing? Didn't you donate to them? No, I never donated to Black Lives Matter. I've donated to freedom funds and mutual aid funds. I don't even know how the fuck I would donate to Black Lives Matter. They were still mostly just pissed that she was moving into a white neighborhood? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sometimes, guys, listen, you know, segregation is no longer as codified as it once was. So sometimes black people will move into a white neighborhood and own a bigger house than you. How about you learn how to build a bridge, or perhaps maybe something easier like a ladder, and get the fuck over it. Anyway. Wonder if he'll do a segment about his lefty buddy Jimmy Dore's mansion too. Like, I find that shit to be so fucking stupid. Like, not every motherfucker is gonna live with their mommy in a fucking apartment when they are an influencer or some shit, okay? Like, some people go out and they buy houses, dude. I know. It happens. There's no part of, like, anti-capitalism that says, like, you literally can't have personal property. Are you calling yourself here? No, I'm just saying that, like, it doesn't make me more ethical that I drive a fucking Toyota Camry or, you know, live with my mommy. It does piss me off whenever people take that, like, reactionary point of view that, like, anyone who's a leftist cannot be successful in any remote capacity. It's like, what the fuck are you saying? Like, why are you, as another leftist, like, why are you cucking yourself? This is something I will never understand. Motherfuckers will cuck themselves before the right wing gets to them by adopting a reactionary framing and reactionary point of view that, like, sorry. Reactionary point of view by making it seem as though, like, you're not allowed to fucking be successful if you are a leftist. If you're a leftist and poor, you're just a loser and jealous of those who have wealth. If you're a leftist and wealthy, you're a hypocrite. Exactly. Isn't cuck white nationalist adopted language? Why validate them? What? Yes, dude. Well, look at all the Pepes, too. Well, you know, maybe you're in a white supremacist corner of the internet.
Video
dude.
that sparked outrage. A woman absolutely refusing to wear a mask, coughing right in the face of another shopper who was filming her. Now, as Amber Cogliano reports, the woman is learning her punishment.
Locked up, the woman refusing to wear a mask and deliberately coughing on another shopper who was filming her is going to jail.
I think I'll get real close to you and cough on you then. How's that?
The shocking...
That's bioterrorism, bitch. Get fucked. Get absolutely fucking fucked.
Video went viral last June. 53-year-old Deborah Hunter has just pleaded guilty to misdemeanor assault and appeared via Zoom.
Damn, 2021 dudes rock, dude. What the fuck? White ladies are out here catching charges and shit. This is a ridiculous. What's happening here, dude? You got white conservative ladies getting charges? This is some shit that never happens, okay?
For her sentencing
hearing. Yo, Ariana Grande really fell off.
The remorse that I have and the guilt that I have that has occurred from that one very poor decision.
The victim of the
is this white boy summer
fake coughing fit also spoke out in the Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh, it was white on white violence. Never mind, I get it.
I was stunned in the moment and increasingly fearful in the aftermath.
It turns out that Heather Sprague is battling a brain tumor. She is a mom of 10, 4 of whom are adopted and suffer from weak immune systems.
Jesus
the judge
Christ.
sentenced the coughing woman to 30 days in jail. She will also have to attend anger management courses.
I think I'll get real close to you and cough on you then. How's that?
And this bride is saying I do to getting the vaccine. Sarah Studley had
What is she getting married to the vaccine? Dude, local news is so funny.
scaled down her wedding last year due to the pandemic, but she celebrated.
What a fucking segue, dude! I love this shit.
Finally receiving her shot by wearing her beautiful white dress to the appointment.
The bride tells us that getting
Oh my God.
her COVID vaccination was the closest to a party she has gone to in many months.
This is great, dude. That was great. Avalon calls out Tucker Carlson's replacement theory defense. Oh, I wanted to show the replacement theory video, but like that's too long. I don't want the fucking entire rant. I just want like the. Does anyone have like the shorter version of it? I'm not gonna watch the 20 minutes of Tucker Carlson's replacement theory rant. Okay, we've already talked about this a million times over. It's the white replacement theory that like it's a Nazi ideology. It's at the heart of the Nazi ideology. It's at the heart of the 14 words. Okay. Maybe we'll watch this one. This one might have the clip on it. It's time for a reality check.
Racist theory chanted by white supremacists, embraced by killers, used for hate for generations. Well, if you're Tucker Carlson, you embrace it again and again and again. John Avalon has a reality check.
Extremists. Oh shit, dude. This motherfucker is posted up, dude. Hey, Tucker. Cash me outside. How about that, Tucker? It's time for a reality check. Look at this. Look at this, dude. Look at this. He's just posted up, dude. Look at that. Oh my God, dude. Look at that. Oh, this is great.
Extremists and the unhinged will always be with us.
Okay, let's watch the fucking video first. I don't give a fuck about the reality check. So Tucker Carlson is a WASP nationalist. We've talked about this a million times over. For those of you who don't know what the replacement theory is, it's this notion that like white genocide is occurring because white people are getting bred out of existence, okay? Since whiteness is a concept that is inherently racist, it's based upon like purity, and any fucking drop of blood that is not white technically makes you non-white. It is a ridiculous fucking theory in general, okay? I'm white, motherfucker. I'm white. I'm literally white, and I'm saying this, okay? Some people don't consider me to be white because I'm Turkish and Muslim, but I'm white. I'm fucking white skin color-wise, okay? I'm more pale than half the motherfuckers who are white supremacists. It's just at the heart of American eugenicist movements. It's at the heart of Nazism. This notion that there is like the pure white person. It's built upon the concept of purity. It's built around the one-drop rule. That's precisely why you don't say Obama is a white president, even though he's half black, half white. You say Obama is the first black president, because even being half black implies you are black. You are no longer white, okay? You guys understand that part, right? So, having said that, Nazis believe that, they still believe this idiotic notion. Same with Kamala Harris, by the way. Nazis believe this idiotic notion that, like, immigrants that are non-white are coming into the United States of America and breeding, and therefore lowering the number or lowering the percentage of white people in the country. Okay? And that this is somehow a big problem.
Question, obviously. At least one prediction came true right away. All those little gatekeepers on Twitter did become hysterical.
Kamala believes this? No. Same with Kamala Harris, who is not regarded as a white person, but instead as a black person.
They spent the last 4 days jumping up and down, furiously trying once again to pull the show off the air. Once again, they will fail, though it is amusing to see them keep at it. They get so enraged. It's a riot. But why all the anger? If someone says something you think is wrong, is your first instinct to hurt them? Probably not. Normal people don't respond that way. If you hear something you think is incorrect, you try to correct it. But getting the facts right is hardly the point of this exercise. The point is to prevent unauthorized conversations from starting in the first place. Shut up, racist! No more questions! You've heard that before. You wonder how much longer they imagine Americans are going to go along with this. An entire country forced.
Kamala isn't half white. Are you referring that she isn't viewed as Indian? Sorry. Kamala Harris is like very pale-skinned Indian, though, on her mother's side. She's black and Indian, but some people will literally, I mean, no, she's not going to be considered white regardless, but some Indians are white, motherfucker. What do you mean? Are you guys unfamiliar with the fucking caste system? I'm so confused. Like, I've literally never heard that before now. Like, Nikki Haley is Indian. Did you guys know that? Nikki Haley is Indian. Did you know that? Probably didn't. Why do people fucking throw up question marks, dude, when I'm literally... This is yet another instance where chat doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. I know what the fuck I'm talking about, but because it sounds strange to them, because it's information that they've never actually been presented with, they're like, I don't understand what you're saying. Hey, guys, remnants of colonialism still exist in Latin American nations as well. For example, Mexicans that live in Mexico City that have like super fucking pale skin would be considered white in every fucking capacity, but are still Mexicans. Did you guys know that? White people are everywhere. White Brazilians, Argentinians, white Mexicans.
To lie about everything all the time. It can't go on forever, but you can see why they're trying it. Demographic change is the key to the Democratic Party's political ambition.
Okay, so let's just fucking get back to Tucker Carlson, okay?
Questions. You've heard that before. You wonder how much longer they imagine Americans are going to go along with this. An entire country forced to lie about everything all the time. It can't go on forever, but you can see why they're trying it. Demographic change is the key to the Democratic Party's political ambitions.
This is literally white supremacist rhetoric, okay? Like, I'm sorry, boys. This is straight the fuck up white supremacy, okay? Here, I'll just read the 14 words to you so you understand what this is. So, the 14 words is a reference to the popular white supremacist slogan. I'm going to read it out because it's technically 14 words. We must secure the existence of our people and a future for white children. The slogan was coined by David Lane, a member of the white supremacist terrorist group known as The Order. Lane died in prison in 2007, and it reflects the primary white supremacist worldview in the late 20th and early 21st century that unless immediate action is taken, the white race is doomed to extinction by an alleged rising tide of color perpetually controlled and manipulated by Jews. I always forget to mention it, but there is also, of course, the anti-Semitic tie-in, like the synagogue shooter described, that like the open borders policies are somehow created by Jews that want to destroy Western civilization, which is supposed to be white. But Jews want to colorize and make the Western nations more brown by unregulated, unrestricted immigration. This is something that fucking racist people believe. Okay? That's why you see white supremacists like, put 14, the number 14, say 14 words, shit like that all the time. Now, the difference is Tucker Carlson is literally saying the 14 words on television, okay? Saying that demographic change is the heart of the Democratic Party's agenda.
Let's say that again for emphasis because it is the secret to the entire immigration debate. Demographic change is the key to the Democratic Party's political ambitions. In order to win and maintain power, Democrats plan to change the population of the country. They're no longer trying to win you over with their program. They're obviously not trying to improve your life. They don't even really care about your vote anymore. Their goal is to make you irrelevant. That is provably true.
I mean, this is just, I don't know how to describe it. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's straight up Nazi shit, dude. I mean, I don't know how else to, I don't know how you defend something like this. I literally do not understand. It is straight up Nazi shit.
And because it's true, it drives them absolutely crazy when you say it out loud. A hurt dog barks. They scream about how noting the...
Motherfucker, the only reason why brown people and black people don't vote Republican is because the Republican Party has decided to tack on culture war issues that specifically engage in racial agitation to galvanize a racist white base. That's the only reason why in our two-party duopoly, the aesthetic differences between either party revolve around Republicans literally fucking agitating, doing racial agitation like Tucker does every single night, and Democrats doing the opposite by claiming that they care about social justice causes for marginalized people. Ultimately, there are a lot of policy positions that both the Democrats and Republicans agree on. The politicians, that is, of course, not the voters on the ground. And they certainly do not factor in the public consideration or the democratic process when it comes to making those decisions, whether it be expanding on endless war all around the fucking world, expanding our military budget, not offering any sort of fucking serious socialized medicine or actual infrastructure spending, or even, preventing abortion from being restricted. This is, if it was up to Americans, if we had a direct democracy on and referendums on issues such as this, public opinion is overwhelmingly in favor of progressive causes that the Democratic Party doesn't even fight hard enough for. So it is ridiculous that Tucker Carlson would make it seem like, Democrats have a deliberate reason for trying to brown out the country and turn it brown and therefore Democrat, because all it would take for the Republican Party to win over the brown vote would be to stop doing racism. It's literally that easy, because a fuckload of brown people that come into this country are social conservative. Go ask any fucking Texas Republican and they will tell you, okay? A lot of older Latinos are literally straight the fuck up, Catholic as shit, and super social conservative, okay? That's it. This is a fact that you recognize when you talk about like how Donald Trump did so well with Latinos despite saying Mexicans are rapists and drug dealers, okay? There's also the other side of that equation. A lot of those older Latino individuals are also very much in support of social safety nets, so the Democrats could appeal to them by being like, hey, we're actually going to do some shit. He said MS-13, not all Mexicans. No, he didn't, dumbass. He never said MS-13 when he was talking about Mexico's not sending their best. They're sending drug dealers and rapists. You can try to fucking cape for Donald Trump literally years later. I don't understand how there's still motherfuckers out here who are like, no, he meant MS-13s. No, bitch, you said MS-13. He literally said Mexico's not sending their best, implying that the Mexican government is sending fucking rapists over the border in a deliberate effort. What do you think? Like, MS implies like what? Like Mexican sexists? 13 of them? What do you think MS-13 is? You think MS-13 has anything to do with Mexico, you dumbass? They're fucking Salvadoran. Yeah. Marxist Mexican Squad 13. Yeah, Mexican Socialist 13. Sorry, I don't know why I said sexist. Yeah, it's Mexican State. Mexico State 13. That's where they were founded, brother. In 1989, George Orwell. The irony, of course, is that MS-13 was not even founded in El Salvador, but instead founded on the streets of Los Angeles. It grew back in El Salvador as well, and has caused significant problems in destabilizing El Salvador because of American immigration policies, specifically our deportation policies that sent MS-13 gang members back to El Salvador without informing the Salvadoran government. But we're not going to get into that right now. That's for a different. That's a different story.
Obvious is immoral. You're a racist if you dare to repeat things that they themselves proudly say. Most people go along with this absurd standard. They dutifully shut up. They don't think they have a choice. But no matter what they're allowed to say in public, everyone understands the truth. When you change who votes, you change who wins. That fact has nothing inherently to do with race or nationality. It's the nature of democracy. It is always true. You can watch it happen. You probably have. All across the country, we have seen huge changes in election outcomes caused by demographic change.
I mean, this is straight up fucking, poll. I've seen Nazi chat groups with less dog whistles in his monologue, yeah.
Immigration increases the power of the Democratic Party. Period. That's the reason Democrats support.
Bitch, just say they will not replace us, dude. Just that's where he's at right now. He's just, I mean, he is saying it. I don't know why I'm saying just say they will not replace us. I mean, he's straight up there.
Report it. It's the only reason. If 200,000 immigrants from Poland showed up at our southern border tomorrow, Kamala Harris wouldn't promise them health care. Why? Simple. Poles tend to vote Republican.
What? What? Bro, what the fuck? Wait, what? What is this fucking psychopathic take, dude? What the fuck? He's just making shit up. Yeah, why didn't you say Norwegians, motherfucker? I wonder how Norwegians would vote in this country. An influx of Norwegian refugees or immigrants coming into the United States. I wonder which way they would report, boys. Which way they would report. Which way they would fucking vote. Let's think. It's the funniest part is like, these motherfuckers are always like trying to say like, we want more white immigration into this country. But the white immigrants that are coming in from like European nations and shit, which don't come in large numbers regardless, because why the fuck would they? They have better social safety nets in their own goddamn home nations. But if they were to come here, I wonder which way they would report. I mean, which way they would vote. I don't know why I keep saying report. I don't know. I mean, I'm a fucking white immigrant from Turkey. You know what my point of view is. You know what my worldview is. I think that social safety nets are greatly beneficial, and the American state should expand on it. And no socialist immigrants, brother. I don't want that shit.
That's the difference. Democrats would deport those migrants immediately. No more hand-wringing about how we're a nation of immigrants. Hundreds of thousands of likely Republicans massing in Tijuana, that would qualify as a national crisis. We'd have a border wall by Wednesday.
Yeah, let's just make shit up. Like, just completely making shit up. Pitting, like, Polish immigrants against, like, fucking Latino immigrants is so fucking stupid. It makes no fucking sense, but it exposes what Tucker's worldview is. It's that, like, Polish people are white, Polish people are immigrating, and they're immigrating with conservative values, okay? Whereas, you know, Latino immigrants are immigrating with democratic values for some fucking reason, apparently. The only real reason why a demographic patterns or demographic voter patterns exist amongst immigrant populations is because one party literally fucking runs on white nativist immigration, and the other party at least lies and says, oh, no, we care about you. We're not going to put you in cages. We're going to put you in fucking, you know, overflow facilities that have cages outside of them, but they're overflow facilities. That's it. That's the only difference, because at least one party straight up at least tries to make it seem like they're not overwhelmingly fucking racist.
For Democrats, the point of immigration is not to show compassion to refugees, much less to improve our country. It's definitely not about racial justice. Mass immigration hurts African Americans maybe more than anyone else. Immigration is a means to electoral advantage. It is about power. More Democratic voters mean more power for Democratic politicians. That's the signature lesson of the state of California. Between 1948 and 1992, the state of California voted for exactly one Democratic presidential candidate. One. Alone among America's big population centers, in vivid contrast to Chicago and New York.
Oh, God, fucking Twitter video pooped. Twitter video was like, bro, this is too racist. We can't do this.
Mass advantage. It is about power. More Democratic voters mean more power for Democratic politicians. That's the signature lesson of the state of California. Between 1948 and 1992, the state of California voted for exactly one Democratic presidential candidate. One. Alone.
Quick question. Why is immigration bad then? Like, because this is not an argument against immigration. Because the argument here is like, you want to restrict immigration because you think it changes like the way people vote, right? Like, but you have to have a separate argument. Like, immigration is bad because, and also it fucking changes like voter patterns or some shit. You can't just be like, I want to restrict immigration because Republicans are going to keep losing elections when they literally aren't, by the way. It makes no sense. You have to add an additional reason as to why like immigration is bad. You can't just be like, immigration is bad because Republicans won't win anymore, and I hate that, which is not even true, by the way, but regardless. It makes no fucking sense. Like, either here's the hidden truth in this argument, okay? The hidden premise in this argument, not the truth, rather, but the premise here is that immigrants are different, okay? That's what Tucker Carlson is saying. He does not view immigrants as full-fledged human beings that have the same kind of fucking rights and should have the same kind of access to amenities that the American government offers. That's precisely at the heart of the fucking argument here. That's why immigrants coming in are somehow bad. That's why immigrants coming in are somehow different. And we need to stop immigration from occurring because, we have the second-class citizens coming in and like mucking up the place, making the place dirty. He used the term dirty.
Among America's big population centers, in vivid contrast to Chicago and New York, California was reliably, proudly Republican. For 8 years, no less a figure than Ronald Reagan ran the state. California had the country's best schools, the best infrastructure, the best economy, not to mention the prettiest natural environment on the planet. California was a model for the world. In 1980, Ronald Reagan, its former governor, became president.
Wait, Ronald Reagan was like literally thinking about amnesty, though. What the fuck? Why would you use Ronald Reagan as an example when you're talking about immigration when this motherfucker literally wanted to go with unrestricted immigration? Like, what the fuck?
President of the United States. In retrospect, it never got any better for California.
Wait, what the fuck? I mean, Ronald Reagan is a Republican and he was dog shit, okay? Obviously, California used to be super fucking red. And was very racist too. But like, Ronald Reagan is also famous for an amnesty program. Like, what the fuck? So if you're talking about like unrestricted immigration into the country, if you're talking about unrestricted immigration in the country and you use Ronald Reagan as an example,
why would
that's the weirdest person to use as an example? Like, you could talk about Ronald Reagan being like a racist piece of shit, right? And hail that as like a good thing somehow. But using Ronald Reagan in the same argument when you're talking about like immigration policy is kind of weird.
Any democratic nation make its own citizens less powerful? Isn't that the deepest betrayal of all? In the words of the ADL, why would a government subvert its own sovereign existence? Good question. Maybe would any democratic nation make its powerful? Isn't that the deepest betrayal of all? In the words of the ADL, why would a government subvert its own sovereign existence? Good question. Maybe ADL President Jonathan Greenblatt will join us sometime to explain and tell us whether that same principle applies to the United States. Most Americans believe it does. Unfortunately, most Americans don't have a say in the matter.
Bro, the fucking Twitter video is literally just like, we can't do this. Please stop. Please stop trying to play this fucking racist piece of shit.
Americans aren't even allowed to have the conversation. So they watch from the sidelines as their democracy is murdered by people who claim to be its defenders. Democracy, 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 screams the Twitter mob. Even as the votes of the people who were born here decline steadily in value, diluted and increasingly worthless like the US dollar.
So the thing I will never understand is, like, again, you need to make a separate argument. Like, what are immigrants doing? What are immigrants doing when they vote Democrat? Are immigrants actually fucking voting Democrat? Why are they voting Democrat? Are there other additional negative outcomes? Because, like, just voting Democrat simply is not inherently a bad thing. How are immigrants voting Democrat? Are they voting Democrat illegally? Are they voting Democrat because their children who are born on U.S. soil are voting Democrat? Because that's what they usually mean. When Tucker Carlson and other Republicans talk about, like, immigrants, they're talking about natural-born U.S. citizens. They're just born in families that have one or more undocumented parents. They're talking about anchor babies. They do not consider, whenever they talk about, like, the burden that immigration has on the American welfare state, they literally reference numbers that include natural-born U.S. citizens. What that means is, if you are an anchor baby, if you were literally born on U.S. soil, a full-fledged, constitutionally protected American citizen, you are still somehow second class. You are still somehow, by virtue of your parents not being born here, not a real American citizen, okay? This is the most unconstitutional fucking take that you could have, and yet Republicans make this argument all the goddamn time when referencing immigration in this country. Okay? They're saying you're not full-fledged American. Your vote is somehow diverting from or diluting the American voter pool. It's disgusting, it is racist as fuck, and it is completely false. Okay? Sucks to suck, Tucker. Those are Americans, bitch. Okay? I know you would love to change, and I'm same with me. I'm an American, cocksucker. Okay? Fuck you. Sucks. Sucks for you, baby. I'm American as shit. Okay? Sorry. It's just the fucking truth. Suck my dick. And I'm here to fucking dilute your goddamn gene pool, okay? You inbred chinless fuck. Anyway. With my fucking culture visual, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Yeah, with my fucking incredible dance moves. Anyway. Replace America with any other country and these fucks will call it racist? Oh, yeah. So, it's very stupid that the hidden premise here is that like immigrants are somehow different, immigrants are somehow monolithic, immigrants somehow want to subvert like the real American values and ideas. We haven't even talked about the real American values and ideas. How the fuck are they changing the real American values and ideas? What are real American values and ideas in general? What are immigrants doing that are so bad? He has no answer for this. That's why whenever these chinless, inbred, racist, white supremacist fucks are pushed to answer that question, they have nothing and say, the culture. It's their culture that's different. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up, okay? Like, immigrants have blessed your fucking goddamn dumbass Caucasian palate with some actual fucking seasoning. Shut the fuck up. At the very least, okay? Seriously. Anyway. Those people are citizens. Therefore, they cannot dilute power away from other citizens. Anyway, Discord forced to censor not safe for work servers on iOS. What? That's a good thing, you fucking horny fuck. Stop self-reporting, weirdo. Anyway, before I finish this clip, I gotta run my second hour of the second ad of the day. It's top of the hour, boys. Every hour, it's time for a 60-second ad break. That is a certainty that you will always have in life. Is death, taxes, and Hasanabi running ads at the top of every hour. Now, if you no longer want to see the ads, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do it for $5, or you can do it for free by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch gaming account. You get one free Twitch Prime / Twitch gaming sub a month. That way you can send me links as well. Show your support that way. Get those fucking primers out, boys. And here's the ad now. Or you can use an ad block if you want. If you can figure out how to use it. Did you not think for a second how that might affect sex workers? What? Did you not think for a second how that might affect sex workers? Okay, anti-sex work asshole. The fuck? Wait, sex workers have discords? I don't understand. Like NSFW discords or something? I'm confused. No. They're talking about Discord. Actually, you're right. I didn't think about that. You're right. It could be. Yeah. It could be. Yeah. It probably is used against sex workers who use Discord to fucking communicate with one another. No, it's probably not a small problem. You're right. I didn't think about it. Speaking about sending links, you want to watch this next anti-LGBT rally with some crazy ass people? No, I don't want to watch that right now. Let's keep going.
This is what it looks like when an entire native population, black and white, but every one of them an American, is systematically disenfranchised. Middle-class Americans become less powerful every year. They have less.
The reason why I got mad, the reason why I responded the way I did, by the way, to that Discord take is because I know originally there were members in my fucking Discord that wanted to have an NSFW server, and I was like, no, that's not fucking happening, okay? There was a bunch of shit in the beginning where, like, people wanted to do a selfie channel. I'm like, why the fuck would you literally dox yourself willingly? Like, there's Nazis and shit that, like, troll the Discord to see information about you. And that's why I immediately associate NSFW servers with horny fucks and coomers in general. Okay? That's why. Do you understand? And if you've ever operated in Discord, in an NSFW Discord, maybe not an entirely NSFW server, but like anywhere there's NSFW Discord, offshoots, you know that it's a fucking hotbed for coomer fucks who are really fucking weird. Sorry, that's just the truth. So that's why my immediate my immediate response was like, no, stay the fuck. I don't want to do that. A lot of platforms also end up considering LGBT advocacy and resources for NSFW. Yes. Having said that, though, it could be used. It's only for servers that are entirely designated NSFW, just not just a few channels. Discord can 100% get around this rule. Reddit was able to as well. Anyway. Yeah, it gets really fucking weird, okay? I don't want to get into it further. What's a coomer? A coomer is someone who cooms. COOMER.
Economic power, and thanks to mass immigration, they now have less political power. The leaders making these changes have no sympathy for their victims. They blame the country for its own suffering. You always hate the people you hurt. That's all true. Every honest person knows that it's true. As long as we're here, we're going to keep saying it out loud.
Okay. Vaccine already? How old are you? So privileged? What? Yeah, dude. Fucking cancel me, bitch. I got vaccinated. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Maybe he was joking, though. Not canceling you, XQCL. Oh, okay. Thanks for not canceling me. Listen, I hope wherever you are in the world, my juicer friend, you get vaccinated soon, okay? Rollout was made for 16 years old, by the way. Yeah, I know. 16 plus it officially starts on the 15th, but 16 plus started unofficially before in Los Angeles in the last couple of days.
Power and influence, amplifying and justifying their message. That's why Tucker Carlson's double-down defense of replacement theory is worth more than his trademark confused dog look.
Damn, guys.
I know that the left and all the little gatekeepers on Twitter become literally hysterical if you use the term replacement, if you suggest that the Democratic Party is trying to replace the current electorate, the voters now casting ballots.
Bro, he's like literally trying not to shit out white on accident. Like he's just like, replace the current electorate.
With new people, more obedient voters from the third world. Let's just say it, that's true. I mean, everyone wants to make a racial issue out of it. Ooh, the white replacement theory. No.
Now, it's hard to argue that warning about obedient voters from the third world isn't racial, but just to level set, let's see who's been chanting about replacement.
No, this is the clip. This is the old clip that got him fucking canceled. This is the one I was looking for, actually, clip-wise.
Jews will not replace us! Yeah, that would be white nationalists and neo-Nazis at the Charlottesville Unite the Right
Thank you, Kamara Bay and Militant
See, the
Moderate.
replacement theory was also cited by mass shooters in El Paso and New Zealand. So Tucker should know that replacement theory is not disconnected from race and racial violence. In fact, a new analysis by the Washington Post shows that since 2015, right-wing extremists have been involved in 267 plots or attacks and 91 fatalities. Now, for Tucker, these facts might not matter. After all, Fox News lawyers argued that no one expects him to tell the truth. But let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
This is a voting rights question. I have less political power because they're importing a brand new electorate. Why should I sit back and take that? The power that I have as an American, guaranteed at birth, is one man, one vote, and they're diluting it.
Okay, there's a lot to work with there. First, America did not begin by guaranteeing one man, one vote. At first, only white male property owners could vote. Black men got the vote with the 15th Amendment after the Civil War, a move denounced by some as a political power grab designed to make whites a minority.
Some. Just say it, motherfucker. Tucker Carlson, okay? That's literally it. People who believe in the things that Tucker Carlson believes back then believed in similar things, and they were more open about their point of view. And that's precisely why they said you're diluting and turning the country over to blacks, okay? It's the same exact shit. Just like the same exact shit happened during the civil rights movement. Like in the abolition of slavery and during the civil rights movement, like it's just always been the same exact dog shit.
In the South, women, of course, didn't get the vote till 100 years ago, when some men argued it would dilute the power of their votes and lead to societal decline. The words one person, one vote wasn't codified until the Supreme Court did it in 1964 during the civil rights movement. That's when the infamous Alabama governor, George Wallace, gave a speech that might sound familiar to some viewers of Fox News. Here's what he said, quote, "I believe the American people have been pushed around long enough and that they, like you and I, are fed up with the continuing trend toward a socialist state. We must not be misled by left-wing incompetent news media that day after day feed us a diet of fantasy, telling us we're bigots, racists, and hate mongers to oppose the destruction of the Constitution and our nation." It's been said that history doesn't repeat, but sometimes it rhymes. This isn't about the past.
Who the fuck has said history doesn't repeat? History literally exclusively repeats itself because of conservatism. Conservatism is literally trying to bring back history, make our past our present and our future.
Tucker's fanning the flames of a fire that is already burning. There's a new study of those folks charged with the
It rhymes. I know. I just don't like that saying because history does
fear
repeat.
of the Great Replacement may have been a prime
I
driver.
like that figure of speech. Shut
including
up.
that replacement theory might help explain why such a high percentage of riders hail from counties with fast-rising non-white populations. Tucker Carlson isn't playing a bigot. He's playing to his base. And that's your reality check.
Yeah, I also don't think he's playing anything. I think he is. I just think he's telling us exactly
Shit, my left shoulder's starting to pain up, boys.
what side he's chosen here, and I don't think it's an act at all at this point.
I mean, the phrase, if you say it's not about the money, it's about the money. When you say it isn't about race, it's often about race.